I love Cincinnati. My family is from there.
Oh, really? Oh, wonderful.
And whenever I go back, it's Skyline Chili. Do you know what Skyline Chili is?
No, but when I go to Cincinnati, you better take me there.
For me, we were having a little workshop that they call, where you go, it's a 60 hours, and the cast rehearses. Jerry had cast it, and the cast rehearses, and it's not a full-fledged production, but you hear the songs and you hear the book.
And a little staging.
And you invite some people in the industry, maybe theater owners or maybe potential investors. And we hadn't heard the complete show from beginning to end yet. We had heard different songs. We heard songs that didn't work. We heard Jerry, talking to Harvey about certain songs and Cindy. And it was the dress rehearsal, if you will, for that workshop. And I went to be supportive. I also was a little curious, and Daryl was at another meeting. And I started hearing the show come together for the first time, and I remember picking my head up from my iPhone, which everyone is in, texting Daryl saying, "You ought to hear this. This is really good."
So the next minute I was there.
Yeah.
But I think my answer would be a little different. When did we know? I think we knew in Chicago, where we did our out-of-town tryout, when we saw the reaction that people had.
I knew a little before. Yeah, I knew.
We knew what we had, but we didn't know how the audiences would respond.
Yeah.
I mean, we were madly in love with it, so we're not the test audience. Yeah. We loved it. But I think when we saw Chicago responding, we knew we were on the trail of something people would love.
About 4.5 years.
8 years from the time I optioned this film, but about 4.5 years from the time everyone sat in the room and started doing this.
So it's been your baby for a long time.
Yeah, theater takes a long time. That's why they say if you're going to produce a show, you really have to love it, because you live with it for 8 years.
Can be years.
Years before you even see the light of day. And then, if it's successful, like Kinky Boots is, then you're living with it for another, hopefully, decades.
And the other thing, besides loving it and having the passion for it, you need to be tenacious. You can't give up along the way. Any musical that's born has ups and downs, challenges and setbacks. You have moments where you just feel, oh my God, this is so fabulous, it's moving forward, and then all of a sudden, it's not. And so, yes, you have to have passion, but I've always said you have to have tenacity and devotion to a project, so that if you really believe in it, you know it's going to be a rocky road until you get there. Which is why it's so sad when things don't work. I mean, we're sitting here in a great position of having a musical that won the Tony, thrills people every night, and we're coming up to our 2nd year anniversary, so we're in a happy place. But it does break my heart, knowing how much work goes into developing a new musical, that when it doesn't work, people don't understand what it takes to get there, And not to be sad about this, but that's why we're so joyful, because when it works, there's nothing better.